I said numbers 100 to 199. How do I write that? What you need to think about here is, all right, who's my source, who's my destination? So I said the web is right here, and let's go ahead and give the web 192.168.1.2/ So I know my source and my destination, right? Source is here, my destination is there. I want to block, I want to allow, and then I want to deny everybody else. So which one is more specific? The first one, right? So let's write the first one. So the way you write that is access dash list. And because it's an extended one, I say 101. Is that a permit or deny? Permit. Now. Yes. Yes. Any number in that range. Yes. So access list 101, permit what protocol is used by web and DNS. Because remember, web and DNS live at layer 7, right? And I said to you what? That you go to layer 4, transport layer, and you pick which protocols. Come on, that should be on top of your heads. At the transport layer, I have which protocols? Go ahead. UDP and TCP. When do you use UDP? When would you use UDP? Excellent. When I want something fast, I am not worried about error correction because I can rely on the human being to make up for it. Are you streaming? Video streaming. The rest of the time, what do I use? TCP. So when I give you services and I say, what do they use? Web and DNS must use TCP. But DNS uses both. Can use TCP and UDP. TCP for large packets, zone transfer. Okay? So TCP is used by DNS for zone transfers. The normal query and response is using UDP. So the everyday query, wow, what is that? The everyday query and response uses UDP. So with that in mind then, I'm doing a specific one first, and I'm at DNS. And I'm saying that only host 10.0.0.1 can use DNS, right? So permit, is that TCP or UDP? What do you want to allow the guy? TCP? You want to allow him to do zone transfers? So, in our case, if we say TCP, I know that I'm allowing zone transfers, right? In this case, we want to allow him UDP. UDP. So, the number, allow or disallow, protocol, next is what? Source address. Give me the source address. .10.0.0.1, right? Now, what about the wildcard? I want to match every byte because it's one host. So I want to make sure that this applies to only this one host. You with me? So I can say 0, 0, 0, 0. Or in your dandy book, you'll find that I can also, it's either this or this. If I write a host before my IP address, or I write the zeros after my IP address. Okay? It's either or. Whatever you choose. Followed by the destination address. Source followed by destination. Why do I have 4 zeros? Match this, match this, match this, and match this. Match 4 octets because it's a host. Followed by the destination. Where does my web server live? Right here, correct? So 192.168.1.2. And remember, I want to allow this guy to access that one box only. So it will be what? Either 0, 0, 0, 0 or the keyword host at the beginning. Very good. So let's do it like that. Host. And at the end, I have my operand. What is that? In this case, it is equal to, and then the port number for my service. DNS uses port 53. So I do EQ equals to 53. This is how I write an extended ACL. Okay? We just wrote our first statement. What's the second thing I want to allow? I want to allow everybody to access the website. So I write access list 101 permit I want to allow everyone to have access to web, so permit TCP. Web uses TCP, so permit TCP followed by everyone on this network is 10.0.0.0. What if you have a rogue person there with 192? You don't want that guy to go to your web server. Remember, it's everybody on the 10 network. Okay? So 10.0.0.0.0. Now give me the wildcard mask. It's a /12. Excellent. 0, 15. Very good. That's my source address. Right? Followed by my destination, which is host 192.168.1.2 EQ. Where am I going? Web. What's the port? So what I'm saying now is allow all hosts on this network access the web server. And then I said deny everything else. So I can either write a deny statement or rely on an implicit deny. I personally like to write them even if I comment it, that way when I come back, I know what I did right away. So I write access list 101 deny IP any source any destination. Does that make sense? Deny, access list 101, deny IP any. That means I don't care who they are. After those two things, deny everybody else access from everything else. Because my people only need to go to that one DNS server in that website. And that's basically the route we've taken in industry. What we want to do anymore is, rather than saying, okay, allow this and allow that and allow that, no, or deny this and deny that and deny that, you have this huge access control list on your routers. Instead, find out what are some business critical sites that you have to have access to. Well, they are usually web, DNS, mail. Block everything else. And if people scream because they can't do peer-to-peer, or they can't listen to their favorite music, or they can, sorry, you shouldn't be doing that anyways, right? Because that's how you keep it clean. This is your job. I mean, when you become a networking professional, it becomes your job to keep those computers away from any kind of threat. Okay, so now I've written it. The rule is to apply an extended ACL as close to the source as possible. Why do I say that? Well, if I'm allowing something, then I can get as close to the source as close to the destination as possible. But if I am blocking something, I want to block everything as close to the source, right? There's no reason to allow traffic to traverse my network for no reason, because I'm going to drop the packet anyways. So, what interface do I go to? Well, in this case, I'm allowing, okay? So I want to go as close to the destination as possible. And I can just go ahead and to this router, if I have access to it, and I can say int fa 0/0 and then IP access dash group. The same way, okay? 101 IP access group 101. In this case, is it inbound or outbound? Right? Because it went from here and it's coming out right here. So it is outbound. Out. And that is the gist of a standard and extended ACL. And I see you guys so tired that I'm going to stop talking. So named ACLs and reflexive ACLs, I'll keep those for next week, Tuesday, along with VLANs and more switching. Good enough? And you can start with your lab. When you go to the assignment section of Blackboard, you will notice that I did not put anything for Lab 6 because we decided to just go ahead and have your the person with the least knowledge of it put that together. So that's what you will do for that.